What's going on, Gen Nation? ScytheX here with some gaming news that happened over the last week or so. Let's be real. February was, outside of the terrible state of play and Nintendo Direct and all the other BS that we got. It's been pretty dead as far as news go. You haven't really heard from me because I haven't really been interested on what's been coming out, whether it's games or just news in general. However, this past week we were kind of bombarded with a lot of stuff, and it's not game releases, it's actual just news. There's a lot of news that came out within the last week and a half. So I felt the need to dive into it and kind of give you my opinion. So with that being said, let's kick this off. And we're gonna start with Gotham Knights. Now, I'm highly disappointed in the news that came out. However, I'm not hating it. So, what I mean is Gotham Knights was announced to be coming out later in 2021. I was super excited for this game because it looks incredible. All the characters look incredible. They look fun to play. It's gonna be a fun co-op beat 'em up with some of your favorite Bat characters. You got both Robin and Nightwing, and Batgirl or Batwoman. It's just, there's a lot of cool things about this game that I cannot wait for. The problem is they delayed it till 2022. They didn't give a time period. So we don't know if it's early 2022, late 2022. We just don't know. And their excuse, which I guess is a lot of people's excuse now, a lot of developers' excuses, they're blaming COVID. The production levels just wasn't where it needed to be, and they're being delayed because of it. I'm so excited to play this game. It just disappoints me that they're not where they need to be. With that being said, because I said I didn't hate it, I want this game to be made right. If the game is made right, and it launches the way it's intended to launch in 2022, the delay is well worth it. You don't want a cyberpunk style disaster. You just don't. It's not good for business. You don't want to rush. Games like this, where it's multiple characters, skill sets, things like that, a lot of moving parts. I mean, we don't really know too much as far as, is this open world? I can't remember if they even announced that. But considering it's co-op, it's possible. I don't know. I don't know. However, if it's made right, the delay is well worth it. I think it'll pay off because this game is fixing to be incredible. Like, I'm just telling you, man. It's not, you're not playing as Batman. It's not Arkham. It's the other characters that we love in the Batman world. And I'm just super, super into this game. Super into this game. I'm disappointed it's delayed, but if it's made right, let's get it. Let's get it. Next, we got a lot. It's a lot to unpack. Bethesda and Xbox have come to an agreement for a sale. Xbox is purchasing Bethesda. Bethesda make, Fallout, Doom, Skyrim, Wolfenstein, like pretty big major titles in gaming. They are owned by Microsoft, Xbox. And as soon as the sale went public, the whole Bethesda library was basically just uploaded to Game Pass. Game Pass, when you logged in, it was like, boom, Doom Eternal, all the Dooms, all the Wolfensteins, Skyrims, Oblivion, like every Bethesda game that was possible, that was made for PC, was available. All the Bethesda games that were not made for PC is also available on the console. So, I mean, it's Game Pass is, let me tell you, Game Pass is the GOAT, because not only did they get Bethesda, they locked in their EA partnership. So now, not only do you get all the Bethesda games, all the Xbox games, you're also getting all the EA games. Madden. Like, I literally just downloaded Madden 21 on Game Pass. Now let me have a little moment to talk shit on it. The way to link your accounts for EA is complete dog shit. You have to go to EA, you try to log in, it shows your connections, and you're like, what the hell is this? You can't click connect. You can't click connect account. You can't do anything. You have to go to the help site where you have to log in again. But this time when you try to log in, you click log in with your Xbox Live account. That's how you connect it. So you can log in as Xbox Live, and then boom, all of a sudden your account connects to the EA account. And then you log out, you do it again, you connect your PSN account. You log out, you do it again, you connect your Steam account. Like, it is so stupid the way EA does this. Why can't I just log in, go to my account, go to my connections, click add new, link, new connection, tell it Steam, log into Steam, boom, done. Log into Xbox, boom, done. Log into PSN, boom, done. Like, all these extra steps, it drove me crazy. With that being said, now that it's done, I have all the EA games on Game Pass. FIFA, Madden, Need for Speeds, like literally all the available PC EA games. It's Game Pass. I'm telling you, Game Pass is the future of PC gaming. It really is. You can play anything with Game Pass. But again, this goes to tell you, you legit have no effing reason to buy an Xbox console. If you have a PC, you have absolute zero reason to buy an Xbox console. I can play whatever Xbox game, EA game, Bethesda game. Like, I could play whatever on my PC. Like, you do not need an Xbox. It truly becomes a luxury at that point. Like, yeah, I got PC, but I also got Xbox. You know, they're connected to each other. Blah 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 blah. You don't need it though. You don't really need it. If you're gonna buy a console, I still 100% believe buy the PlayStation 5 and upgrade your PC to handle new games, and boom, you have all 3 consoles built in. Like, you're done. But with that being said, Game Pass is the GOAT. It's truly the GOAT for PC gaming right now. I'm excited. I'm excited to play all these games that I have at my fingertips. I literally have hundreds of games at my fingertips right now, and I'm so excited to get into it. Yeah, it's pretty major. It's pretty major. So check out all EA Play games, Bethesda, Xbox exclusives, and just dive in, have fun, because Game Pass is changing the game. It really is. I'm not an Xbox fan at all, outside of my history of loving Halo multiplayer, but the Game Pass service is changing the gaming industry for the better. Honestly, it's the most valuable subscription to have if you're a gamer. So I would sign up, link all your accounts, and just enjoy. Quick news with Rockstar. It's not GTA news for as far as GTA 6, but it's a pretty cool story. I'm not going to dive real deep into it. I'm just going to say GTA 5 has a lot of people modding the game. You know, for PC, GTA 5 and PC, everyone's modding it. You know, like No Pixel modded the GTA Online world and created their own world, their own police system. You know, they just modded the whole world, the whole thing. There's other RP worlds out there, just different mods. But then there's, you know, other things where you can have like God mode and all random mods that people make in the game, and it's not on the live game. It's just on like a private server that they're hosting or whatever, you know. There's just a lot of mods out there and for GTA, and this one particular modder fixed the biggest issue, honestly, one of if not the biggest issue with GTA. Whether you're playing story mode, online mode, it's the longest load times possible. Like, it takes it when on PS4, when I was playing GTA, it would take you probably like 5 minutes. 5 minutes to load this friggin' game. It took forever. And then it wouldn't even load you into the mode you want, and then you'd have to switch, and then you'd have to wait for it to load that world. It was like the GTA load times is so problematic. It's baffling because this game is still alive and kicking. It's still alive and kicking. And it's honestly the reason why we don't have GTA 6 yet, because they're milking GTA 5 for all of it. All it's worth. They're milking it. They're still updating it. We're gonna get a PS5, Xbox Series X upgrade later in the year for just GTA 5 again. So this modder was able to fix the long load times. He fixed it sent the mod out, and everyone, it blew up. It blew up in the news. Everyone was like, wow, you know, the game's loading so fast, you know, they're connecting to a server, whatever. And Rockstar ended up reaching out and paying this guy $10,000 for the information on how to fix the game, you know. And yeah, they paid the guy. They paid the guy $10K. I probably would have gave him more. I mean, you're Rockstar. That's like, you know, a couple 9-year-olds spending thousands of dollars on shark cards. But money's money. The guy was like, sure, give me 10,000. He probably did it as like a passion project because he loves the game and wants it to load faster because it's aggravating. And Rockstar reached out and paid the guy, and now in a patch coming out sometime soon, it's gonna update all the load times on all platforms, PC, Xbox, and PlayStation. So GG to that guy or girl. I'm not 100% sure who did it, but GG. Collect that cash, and thank you for fixing a 3-generation problem with GTA 5. So I appreciate you. Now, next we got some pretty major news, and they probably bought it. Let me just say, all right, so Sony buys Evo. Evo is the world's largest fighting game competition. It's been around for a long time. They've had no events for almost 2 years now because of COVID, or a year and a half, whatever, because of COVID. And Sony, you know, being the snakes they are, they want something, they get it. They swooped in and bought it. So now Sony owns Evo, and I don't know exactly what it could mean. Is it going to be like Sony exclusive fighting games? Like, because it can't be, because the popular fighting games are all third party, but you never know. Sony will probably produce some fighting game, and it'll be like the main event for Evo down the road. But they bought the event, they own all the rights to it, and they announced that they are going to reopen this August with the San Francisco Street Fighter 5, Tekken 7, Mortal Kombat 11. And they'll probably have the event in San Francisco at some point, but you know, whatever. But yeah, no, Street Fighter 5, Tekken 7, Mortal Kombat 11. Their goal is for August. We don't know. We don't really know capacity at this point. I know New York is opening the baseball stadium's 20% capacity. But who's to say what the capacity will be in May, June, July? It could go down. It could eliminate capacity. We can open up to full capacity. So we'll have to see. But yeah, Sony buys Evo. Next, we have the 2K developer. They sweep in and buy HB Studios. HB Studios is the developers of 2K21 PGA Tour. Now, the 2K PGA Tour is the most recent golf game that's been made in years. I mean, the last one that was made that I can remember is Rory, which was when did that game even come out? Like 2015 or I don't even know. It's been a long time. And before that, there was a small gap of no games, but for the most part, it was EA PGA Tour, EA PGA Tour with Tiger Woods. And Tiger Woods ruled the golf game scene. And honestly, it was a great game every year. It was great. And they kind of shifted gears to Rory because Tiger Woods fell into trouble, with his ex-wife and, all that stuff, all that fun stuff. But Rory didn't hit. It didn't really hit. It had I don't know. It was an okay game, but it just didn't hit. And that was the end of it. We haven't had a game since Rory. So 2K came in and was like, you know what? Let's make a golf game. They did it. It got a lot of praise. I haven't played it yet. I was kind of pissed off you couldn't play as the PGA players. You kind of make your own player and go through the tour and whatnot. So that kind of aggravated me. I'm not going to lie. But, it is what it is. It is what it is. 2K buys HB Studios, and now we have a partnership. A long-term partnership with Tiger Woods. I mean, the guy's back. The guy is back. So, he's back in video games. It's been a while. Rory, you didn't really have a good run. Get out of here. Tiger Woods back in the game. And now that 2K owns HB Studios, they're just going to ramp up, redevelop, and pump out 2K Golf for years to come with Tiger Woods backing it, which is awesome. I'm all about it. I can't wait. But yeah, Tiger Woods is back, and we can't wait to see him on the golf course soon, digitally and in real life. So I'm gonna call this kind of the main event because it's a lot. There's a lot going on in here. So with that being said, let's dive into SquareEnix Presents. SquareEnix dropped their state of play, or whatever you want to call it. They call it SquareEnix Presents. And let's do this. Let me pull it up for you and dive in. They announced Life is Strange True Colors. They showed that briefly with a trailer. That is coming out September 10th. September 10th. Now, this game I'm super excited about is Outriders. I loved the demo. The demo was a lot of fun. I still have to go back and try the other characters, the other classes, but this game was a lot of fun. The demo I thoroughly enjoyed. They have to work out some kinks or whatever, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm excited for it. I'm a Destiny head. An old Destiny head. I enjoy that looter shooter type of style game. You log in with some friends, go out in the world and just light shit up and collect cool loot. I like doing that. So Outriders could be that new game for me. So far enjoyed the demo, like I said, but they put out, a new trailer, some more gameplay. They explained the 4 classes and show, the skill trees for each class. But the cool thing about the demo, if you haven't played it yet, you can download it at any time, I think. And your progress, they only give you a couple beginning missions and maybe one side mission or 2. So you don't really get too much of the story spoiled for you. but the stuff you do in the demo will carry over to the game. So as soon as you get the full game, you'll, you know, go through whatever you got to do, and the stuff you did will carry over. Your progression, your character progression. If you did a mission already, you probably don't have to do it again. So that's pretty cool. I'll have to get back on there and try, you know, the other classes to see, because the sniper class looks cool, different gadgets. I really want to play Trickster, because I like to run and gun and get in people's faces. That's my style, for better or worse. The Devastator is more like the Destiny Titan. Big bulky guy that's just gonna slam and pound and blow shit up. So it's very, it parallels. Like the Trickster is very much like the Hunter. The Titan is the Devoter. And then you have the Pyromancer, which is very much like a Warlock. So in look and in abilities, in a sense. So I'm excited. I can't wait for Outriders, and I'm glad SquareEnix kind of gave us a little more to it. Next we have, real quick, the Shadow. What is it called? Tomb Raider, the Definitive Survivor Trilogy. You're getting Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, being offered to you in a trilogy, all 3 games, for $20, and I think that's available now. So check that out if you haven't played any of Tomb Raiders. I think one of them was free recently for either PSN or Epic, or, you know, one of the launchers. It was free somewhere, and I'm not sure. It might have been Shadow of Tomb Raider. But if you want to play all 3 games, it's being offered for $20, and I think that's available now. Excuse me, I have like a cold, so if you hear me sniffling a little bit, my apologies. I'm human, don't kill me. Next we have Project Atheia, or Atheia. The game is due out sometime in 2022. And it has a brand new title. Project Atheia was you know, the working title. But the new title is Forspoken. I don't know the significance behind it, to be honest. But they gave us a cool little first look. Let me see if I can find it. I don't know. I can't find it. But is it in the beginning? The beginning is all Outriders. Beginning's all Outriders. This might be it. No, Life is Strange. Life is Strange. Here we go. So yeah, Forspoken. That is what they're calling the game now. It's coming out in 2022. It looks incredible. It really does. And when they showed this game a while back, I was super excited for it because it looked cool. It looked fast paced, like it looked open world-ish, but and you know, third person. But it just had really cool things to it, and the gameplay looked really fun and fast and unique, and the world looked cool, like that, the skylines, or you know, the horizons and stuff like that. it just looked really cool, and I'm super excited to play this again. They pushed it back, or I think it was originally intended for 2022. They moved it back to make it right. So, you know what? Give me the game. I'm excited for it. Make it right, like I said, and give it to me. The game, it looks cool. There's a lot of cool things to it, abilities, and like it just looks fast. If you could see it, it's right there. It just looks fast. The world looks great. The character looks cool. So, Forspoken coming 2022. Now I want to dive into something that I'm super into, and it's the MCU. Well, you know, Marvel, MCU movies, blah 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 blah. I kind of shitted on this game for a long time until I actually played it and fell in love with the story, and that's Marvel Avengers. The game didn't look cool to me. It had some cool aspects, whatever. I hated the characters because selfishly, I got used to the MCU characters. So, you know, like my brain is now programmed. Captain America is supposed to look like Chris Evans. Thor is supposed to look like Chris Hemsworth. Black Widow's supposed to be, you know, Scarlett Johansson, and on and on and on and on and on. And they show me this official, it's from Marvel Studios and SquareEnix, this Marvel Avengers game, and none of the characters looked like it. They couldn't get any of the movie people to do, you know, motion capture for the game. I'm like, it don't look right. I judged a book by the cover, and a lot of people hate this game for other reasons, like Endgame not being as fun, or not having much to do, I guess, which I think they're updating it. But let's get into what they did show us. They finally released the PS5 and Series X edition, or version, I should say. When I played this game, I stopped at some point early in the story because they announced that this game's gonna have a free upgrade. I'm like, all right, cool. You know, PS5's coming out, Series X is coming out. They should have the upgrade, you know, really quickly. And I'm thinking, you know, it's probably already in development. It's ready to go, you know, and once the console's launched shortly after, we should get, you know, the upgraded next gen, you know, 60K and all the fun stuff. We didn't get that, and we're now into March. The consoles came out November, and that game's just been on the back burner. I haven't even thought about it. So now that it's out, I'm knee deep in Marvel. I'm watching, you know, Falcon and Winter Soldier. I'm playing Miles Morales. I did the Spider-Man remaster, and as soon as I finish Miles Morales, I'm gonna dive in probably to Avengers, the PS5 version, and really, I'm debating on whether to start the story over or continue where I left off. I'll have to see. But I'm excited to play it. It looks really cool. It looks great. Ray tracing looks great with 60 frames. Everyone's complaining about the PS5 data migration, like, oh my god, I gotta download the game. I gotta download the game on the PS4. I gotta download the PS4 version and upload the data. Like stop your bitching, man. yeah, okay, cool. Xbox made smart delivery, and you still had to click a migrate button, but maybe you lost a step in the process. But holy shit, people are freaking out, and you see all these articles like, oh my god, Xbox Smart Delivery made this so easy. The PS5 migration is atrocious. It's like, shut up, dude. I literally launched when I bought the PS5, I migrated all my data to the cloud from my PS4. I launched Avengers. My save data was right there. I clicked migrate because I downloaded the PS4 version originally when I bought the PlayStation. And if you never put your stupid console on rest mode, you don't have to worry about updates. Put it in rest mode. The game will update itself. You don't have anything to worry about. If you turn it off every time, which I don't know why you still do, then you gotta wait for the game to update and blah, 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 whatever. The game launched for the PS5 version. I launched Avengers on the PS4 version. I click migrate, close the game, launch the PS5 version. My data was right there. Literally took me not even a minute. So for everyone bitching and freaking out, it's a no-brainer. Do it. If it's taking longer than a minute, you're not being smart about it. So stop bitching. It's a user error. With that being said, Hawkeye is finally joining the Avengers. As you can see, he's got really cool abilities. He has his Ronin sword, which I'm super excited to use. All the trickster arrows that comes with it. It's a brand new mini campaign for the Hawkeye story. I'm still playing through the main campaign, so I'm not gonna look into all the Hawkeye stuff until after the main campaign's over, and then I'll dive into the extras with Kate Bishop and Hawkeye. But they roadmap us a little bit here, as you can see, and it looks like we're getting an Iron Man update later in the spring, the Red Room takeover. It looks like Black Widow, and because it's red circuitry, could it be Ultron related? I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? But Summer and Beyond, another Hawkeye type of update, and this Project Omega that you see here. But what they added with Hawkeye was really cool, and I don't know if you saw in the gameplay, but it's kind of similar to Spider-Man. I feel like this is going to be my favorite part of Hawkeye, is the ability, like in Spider-Man, you web your opponent and you fly to him. So with Hawkeye, he has the rope arrow. He shoots his opponent and flies at him with the rope, just like in Spider-Man. And I feel like that's going to be very, very fun as far as quick combat. Like Spider-Man, punch somebody, web somebody, go to them, punch, web, but you're bouncing from enemy to enemy to enemy to enemy, and you could do that with Hawkeye with these rope arrows, unless they have some sort of ammunition. You run out of ammo or whatever. But it looks like you're in for some fast combat with Hawkeye and cool trick arrows, and the Ronin sword. It looks a lot of fun. So I'm excited to get into that after I get through the main story, which is fantastic. The main story is fantastic. And that's why I'm kind of struggling. Should I start it over? Because it's been months since I played the first few missions. So I'm not super deep in the game. I might just start over and refresh my memory. Because it was fun. It was fun. So that's probably where I'll be. But yeah, the Hawkeye DLC, I guess, is the future imperfect, and in the picture you see Hulk. That is Hulk. He's going by the Maestro. It's some sort of future timeline, and Hawkeye's main mission is to get in there, get Nick Fury, and bring him back to the current timeline with Kate Bishop. So it looks pretty cool. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how it plays out story-wise. They were supposed to give us Spider-Man. Spider-Man's supposed to join the Avengers sometime this year, and they are delaying that to 2022. And I don't hate it because they're giving us Black Panther. He's gonna join the Avengers sometime this year. I don't think they gave us a date yet, but it bumps Spider-Man back. It bumps Spider-Man back, which is, it's a little bummer, but you know what? Black Panther is badass. He's badass too, so keep giving me new characters. Keep giving me new characters. If I want to play Spider-Man, I have Miles and, you know, the remaster. And, you know, I can just play all the other characters. And then as soon as Spider-Man's available, boom, we'll check him out. So I'm excited. There's a lot coming out for Avengers. And this is another, it's not a looter shooter, but it's an online co-op beat 'em up superhero style. So I'm excited, man. I haven't played the end game yet, and people are hating on it, and it kind of makes me nervous. But now that the next gen version of the game is finally out, and they could put that development to rest and focus on the meat and potatoes of the game, we're gonna see a lot of cool shit coming to the Avengers, and I don't know. I'm excited for it, man. I truly am. What else we got with this? Black Panther, Spider-Man, the Maestro, Nick Fury, Hawkeye, Kate Bishop. Think I covered everything with the Avengers. So yeah, look out for that. The PS5 and Xbox Series X version is a free upgrade if you already own the game. It's the reason why Marvel Avengers was the final game I bought on my PS4, because I knew it comes with the free upgrade. They announced that a while ago. I just didn't know how long that upgrade was going to be. So I probably could have bought the game at a significant discount before the actual PS5 edition came out if I just waited, but I wanted to play the game. It looked cool. I had fun with it, and then I kind of backburned it to play other games as I waited for the next gen. So it is what it is. But I would say that was a pretty big portion of the SquareEnix presents. Outriders and Marvel definitely, and Life is Strange, definitely like the meat and potatoes of, you know, the main major components of the presents. Tomb Raider was like, yeah, cool, you could play all, you know, the older games. It was Trilogy. Also, and Forspoken finally getting a real title, you know, not a work in progress, and still no release date, but sometime 2022. And they gave us some mobile game bullshit, but it's really not worth mentioning. So with that being said, I think we are done, but we want to hear your thoughts. So feel free to comment on the video down below. Let me know your thoughts. Oh, quick note, Gotham Knights, now that I'm thinking about it, and I forgot to say it before, Gotham Knights, because it's being delayed, also pushes back the new Batman game. and I forgot to mention that before, but Gotham Knights is coming out first. So them pushing back Gotham Knights pushes back Batman even further. So it is what it is. I'm still excited for Gotham Knights. And then when Batman's ready, I'm sure that'll be badass in 4K and all that fun stuff. So I just wanted to make sure I brought that up because I forgot to do that before. But yeah, no, we want to hear your thoughts. So comment below. Let me know what you thought of this video, what games you're looking forward to, what newsworthy items did I possibly miss that you want to hear about, you know, whatever. Hit the like button and smash that sub button. Smash it. Seriously. Every sub helps this channel grow as the GGEN team, the Generational Gaming and Entertainment Network team. We're gearing up to pump out new content in gaming and entertainment. So smash that sub button and help us grow. Truly appreciate it. We are launching officially soon. We have a tournament in place that we will announce also soon for registration purposes and more details on the tournament. The game, I think the first game will be COD, Modern Warfare. It's going to be a 1v1 gunfight, so stay tuned for that. And for all information, make sure you follow us on all our social platforms. I will provide the links in our description. And of course, don't forget to follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/ScytheX for a lot of live streaming. I do a lot of live streaming on my Twitch channel. So if you want to see me playing Miles Morales and Avengers and all the stuff, feel free to check me out. Always appreciative if you hit that follow button. And a shout out to my boy Trigun, who's a co-host with me on the Friday Night Gaming podcast. We do have episode 37 coming out tonight, so look for us on YouTube at FNG Podcast _ on Twitter, and it'll link you to the new episode. But that's it for me. I hope you're excited for all the news that came out. Did a lot of cool things. For me personally, I'm excited. It sucks stuff's getting pushed back, but just make it right and make it worth it. And as always, GG.